On the 9th of May last year, riots erupted in Pakistan after PTI leader Imran Khan was arrested from the Islamabad High Court. PTI party workers vandalized a dozen military installations including the Jinnah House, the Lahore Corps Commander's house, Mianwali airbase and the ISI building in Faisalabad. Now, it's a year after that incident, the army has agreed to forming a judicial commission to look at what happened. And former President Asif Ali Zardari declared the 9th of May as the 9/11 of Imran Khan. He thinks Khan destroyed Khan that day. How has 9/5, if we can call it that, changed Pakistan? To talk about that, I'm joined by Zulqernain Tahir, journalist with the Dawn in Lahore, Pathikrit Payne, and of course my colleague Aditya Raj Kaul here in the News9 Plus studio. Zulqernain, I want to start by asking you, how much of a defining moment in Pakistan's history was what happened on the 9th of May last year when it comes to this tenuous relationship between the civilian government and the military, the Pakistan army?
You see, May 9 defined in that way that people of Pakistan said enough is enough. What you have been doing for the last 75 years,
right.
No more, that should be the order of the day. And yeah, people showed their reaction, and which later, of course, PTI of Imran Khan tried to distance itself because
right.
of its political needs. But in fact, people had that kind of anguish, that kind of anger, yeah, that had come out on May 9, in fact.
Yeah, anger had erupted, and Aditya, I never thought we'd see this kind of outrage against the Pakistan army. Not even after the 1971 war have we seen the public take to the streets this way. But, you know, the fact that Imran Khan was the man at the center of all of this, and we were worrying whether he would actually make it out alive last year, given what he had called for. There was, you know, reports that he had incited the mobs to go and attack all these installations of the military. What's the future of Imran Khan a year later, Aditya? He continues to be in jail and he's extremely popular.
You know, firstly, we need to realize that there were three major factors that were responsible for the 9th May kind of attack.
Right.
One was the kind of, you know, the brutality that the civilians were facing.
Yes.
The civilians of Pakistan who were tired and exhausted, that Pakistan army was taking over the political affairs, the governance of the country from the politicians in itself. That means that the democracy was a sham. Second factor, of course, was the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, in which the Pakistan army believed that you know, they will act as their second fiddle in Afghanistan, and of course the Taliban will be very close to the Pakistan army and work in coordination. That clearly didn't happen. Taliban had its own ways of functioning. The Haqqani network, in fact, was very much independent, particularly in Kabul, and did not listen to the diktats of the ISI. And the third major factor was the clash within the Pakistan army, be it the former Pakistan army chief and the former ISI chief, who did not come to terms with each other, who were not on the same page. One was in favor of Imran Khan and second was embarrassed by Imran Khan and had to act against him. Now, Imran Khan certainly is a very major, important political figure in Pakistan, especially because he's not in exile. He's very much in jail. As of now, I still believe that if a democratic election takes place, he will come out with historic margins.
Absolutely.
And clearly at this stage, the Pakistan army's credibility has come under question in the last 1 year. Because the kind of embarrassment that they faced on 9th of May is unparalleled in history. We haven't seen such kind of a revolt of common people rebelling against the Pakistan army, the generals who were almost worshipped in Pakistan. Now, everybody realizes that the Pakistan army works like a corporate, like a corporate business house in Pakistan. But look at the situation now. The Afghan Ministry of Defense is hitting out at the Pakistan army. The Afghanistan Taliban is saying that Pakistan army is hand in gloves with Daesh, with ISI, and in fact are targeting the Chinese themselves. This is the kind of statement that is coming out. And now it was openly said by India and many other countries that terrorist bases are in Afghanistan. And this was before the Taliban takeover. And now the tables have turned. Afghanistan and Taliban are saying that Pakistan is nurturing terrorists and they have evidence to support the same, and they will expose them if Pakistan does not change its ways and
It's
the way it deals with
shocking.
Taliban.
It's shocking how the tables seem to have turned on the Pakistan army, especially the Afghan Taliban that's ruling Kabul seems to have had a different view of things. But Pathikrit, do you think that Imran Khan, as popular as he was, kind of failed to read the resolve of the Pakistan army, that he thought that maybe the Pakistan military was a little weak last year, and he miscalculated? And the fact that the military has cracked down with extreme brutality on the party, it's literally taken the PTI apart. Though it's a different matter, as Aditya mentioned, that if there's a free and fair election in Pakistan, he would win by a landslide. But this tenuous relationship between Imran Khan and the Pakistan military that was once his benefactor and who's now, they've become deadly enemies. Do you see the tables now being turned once again, that he could be back in their good books?
Yeah, Sandeep, first of all, there's not a single Pakistani Prime Minister who ever completed his term as
Yes.
a Prime Minister. So it was inevitable that someday or the other, Imran Khan will be in the bad books of the Pakistan army as well. But if you look at what happened that day, I'll start where, Aditya also mentioned it. I think the Pakistan army itself was taken by surprise by what happened, because I think
Right.
the army itself is deeply divided. One part is pro-America, the other part is deeply Talibanized. So yes, that kind of brutal crackdown was inevitable someday or the other, because Pakistan army, for a long period of time since 1947 had an aura of invincibility, that nothing can touch it, whatever happens below it. So that day that aura was broken. Now somewhere they had to do something to bring a sense of normalcy, to restore a sense of normalcy where the hierarchy would be maintained. But in spite of that, yes, they have been able to, contain Imran Khan, put him behind bars. But if you look at the result of the election, it is very real that his
Yes.
popularity has only gone up. See,
Right.
for any kind of country where you have stranglehold of the armed forces or a dictatorial regime,
Right.
you invariably, first of all, have to ensure one thing, that your economic aspects are taken care of so that people's
Yeah.
basics are met. Then they will not revolt. Now, here is a country which has tremendous external debt problem, internal
Yes.
debt crisis, huge inflation. There are ethnic crisis, sectarian crisis. 1,600 textile factories in the last 1 year alone has shut down, which is 1/3 of their entire textile sector, which contributes to 60% of their exports. I mean, we have seen visuals of a dozen people fighting for one sack of grain.
Right.
So unless Pakistan army can, ensure that the economic aspect of it can be, taken care of, which I
Yes.
think they cannot.
Right.
Vis-a-vis what they see in social media in terms of rise of, India and other countries, I
Yes.
think this is only going to implode further in future. They may have been able to contain for the time
Yes.
being, but I would not be surprised if something like this happens again in sooner or later.
Absolutely, and there will be bills to pay for that, Pathikrit. Zulqernain, we were told about a judicial commission of inquiry that would go into the May 9th violence. It's been a year now, and why is there no action on this so far? Is the Pakistan army actually keeping Imran Khan as a plan B? They don't want to push him beyond a point. What's the reason for this judicial commission not being instituted?
Yeah, you see, Judicial Commission, even the ISPS spokesperson, Mr. Sharif Chaudhry, talk about the constitution of the Judicial Commission, saying that it has to be formed and it has to look the events of 2014 sit-in by Imran Khan and then attack on the Parliament and the Supreme Court. But at the same time, he said, since on May 9 incident, the footprints of PTI are so visible, there
Right.
is no point going into it.
Right.
It's obvious that army would not like to take this issue to the court or to like any independent body like Judicial Commission probing this matter, which army has settled it once for all that yes, Imran is right now enemy number one. His party should be disbanded. Like you have seen that in February 8th,
Yes.
PTI contested the election as independent candidates.
Yes.
Its iconic badge was snatched from it. So moving forward from here on, like the army saying that if Imran tenders an apology and says that he is gonna shun the politics of hatred,
Right.
and pledges to do the politics of kind of reconciliation and constructive politics he would do, then there is a point that we may talk to him. And at the same time, he clarified that the talk should be among the political players.
Right. Absolutely interesting points. Zulqernain, Aditya, do you ever see Imran Khan saying sorry to the Pakistan army for what he did?
Well, I won't be surprised if he does.
Right.
You know, after all, he's a politician.
Yes.
And you never know what time really arrives in future.
Right.
Where Pakistan army could be desperate and Imran Khan could be desperate as well.
Absolutely. The plan B, as we were talking about.
The plan B, because you know, Imran Khan interestingly is in jail.
Yes.
There could have been easily, you know, he could have easily been asked to leave the country.
Right.
And immediately put into exile, as has been done with many other leaders in the past.
Right.
You see what happened with Pervez Musharraf. You see what happened with Nawaz Sharif.
Absolutely.
And several other leaders. But Imran Khan has been kept there.
Yes.
And Imran Khan in the past has been a puppet of the Pakistan army.
Yes.
I mean, when he came to power, he was very much in coordination with the ISI and Rawalpindi and was doing their betting.
Right.
But immediately tables turned in the last few years, and we've seen what happened. I won't be certainly surprised if in future both Pakistan army and Imran Khan take a U-turn. But as of now, it is a PDM government. Again, PDM does not really reflect the people of Pakistan, because these are many political parties that have come together. And we've seen a lot of civilians being uncomfortable and exhausted with the kind of pressures that they are coming out from the Pakistan army. We saw the radical, Fazlur Rahman also speaking inside the parliament and indirectly taking pot shots at the Pakistan army, saying they can't even frame their own laws.
Right.
They have to first go to the rooms of the Pakistan army generals to approve their laws, and thereafter come to the constitutional body and the parliament. So that reflects the reality of Pakistan today, which is going through a major churning. How long will this take? Will there ever be a free and fair democracy in Pakistan? Will the Pakistan army be able to control the kind of power they had in the past? Is certainly interesting months ahead.
Interesting months ahead, as Aditya Raj Kaul just put it. But thanks very much, Zulqernain, for joining us. Pathikrit, to talk about Pakistan's defining moment, the 9/11, as Zardari called it, the civilians taking to the streets and protesting against the Pakistan army. But that's implosion for you. Pakistan, state that always throws up surprises, even as we are going into a year after that historic moment in Pakistan's history.
Streaming on News9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.